Hello there. Welcome to Nana's Classic Stitches channel. If you are new, welcome and thank you for clicking. Returnees and subscribers, welcome so much for clicking also. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the globe. Welcome everyone. We're going to continue our dress from last week. And I did a couple of things, but I realized it was very difficult to see it on a video. So I had to start videotaping it all over again. But as I said, I realized I did a whole bunch of steps before going to the iron to iron them. And it's a little bit confusing. So I'm going to do one step at a time and then go iron, and then that will help you out. But now, last week I said we're going to do the inset. I finished the inset, but it wasn't showing clear on the video. So I'm going to do it on a muslin and then walk you through gradual, okay? The inset, and then the gathering of the front of the dress. The gathering of the front of the dress. I did that, and it was hard to see it on a video. So I'm gonna use a muslin to walk you through, okay? But follow the muslin with your own fabric and you'll be okay. I'm only switching this so you can see it properly, because as I said, I did this and it was hard to see it on a video, okay? Now let's start. Let me move the camera, and then me and my camera. Okay. And you know, the widest part of the inset is the top, so you stitch 5/8. Don't forget to back stitch. Yeah, on the first video, remember I said snip the middle of the inset, the seam allowance, snip it a bit, and then snip the right hand side also a bit, and then the left hand side. I remember saying right and right, but supposed to be in the middle, right hand side, and then left hand side, okay? Now let's say this is my lining, okay? Let's say this is my lining. So now I'm gonna iron both ends and then press the seam allowance towards my lining, okay? My lining is where I put my pin, because it's the same fabric, the same color. I don't want to confuse you. I'm gonna press my seam allowance towards the lining after I press both, and don't open it up, both seam allowance towards the lining. So I'll be right back. Don't forget to press the right side too after you press the wrong side. Okay, see, I press it towards my lining, wrong side, okay? Now we're gonna stitch under stitch. We're gonna do either, you can do 1/8 or just above 1/8. That will be good, okay? Below the seam line, we're gonna stitch down in the lining. You can also check your And this one, you don't have to backstitch. You can check your instruction sheet also. I said don't backstitch it, I'm backstitching. Okay, this is it. Understitch. Okay, now I'm gonna iron it, but before I iron, I make sure the bottom of the inset match. Okay, and then iron. If you like, you can pin it if it will be easier for you. Okay, this is it. This is the one that is going to face outside of your body. And this is the side that is going to face your body. You have the understitch. So now I'm going to take my pin out. And what I'm going to do is stitch from the top all the way around. 1/8 will be good. 1/8 or a quarter is good. And you don't have to backstitch. It's not necessary. Okay, so I finished this and I'm gonna put it aside. Okay, so this is my wrong side, this is my right side. So this is what I've done in a muslin, so to be easier for you to see. Okay, the same thing. Now this is the long piece of the gathering for the face, as I said. Okay, so where I'm gonna stitch on the machine, the side that is gonna face me, I put a pin. But even before I do that, fold it into two, the right side together. Okay, it doesn't matter which end. Okay, and then stitch 5/8. Okay, this one you don't have to iron, not necessary. Just put your hand under the right side of the fabric and press it with your finger and then turn the right side out. And if you have a turner, just use it to poke the point out. If not, you can use a scissors, but please be careful. So one end is sewn and the other end is open. I'm gonna iron it and be back. Make sure both ends meet and iron. If you need to put pin, please put pins in there and iron. Okay, so I'll be back. After you iron one end that is sewn, the other end that is not sewn, put it together. We're trying to figure out the center of the gathering for the bodice front, and then we're gonna snip it a bit. Okay, we put both ends together to find the middle, and we snip it a bit. Now it doesn't, I don't know your fabric, I believe it's a plain, not printed, so it doesn't matter which side, but wherever you're going to put on the machine, it doesn't matter which end you start. Put a pin at the top of the fabric where it's going to face you, and I'll explain to you later. Put a pin at the top that is going to go on the machine this way. Okay, don't flip it over where the pin is. I want the pin to face you, and it doesn't matter which end. Okay, it doesn't matter which end you start. Change your stitching into the longest length. Mine goes up to 5, so put yours to the longest stitch, and then put the edge of your presser foot to the edge of your fabric, and that's a 1/4, and stitch all the way down to the other end. That's it. And then below the first stitch, stitch another 1/4. Ah, the pin poked me. Now don't forget to change your stitching length to the number that you were sewing with. Mine was 3.2. So now the reason why we have the pin, because when you pull in the thread to do your gathering, if you pull at the top thread, it's difficult. You can do it, but it's difficult. It's better to pull it from under. Okay, this is where it was facing you on the machine to stitch, but we're going to pull the thread from under. So from where we stitch, where we close the end, one end, bring the under thread up to the top. Okay, so bring it, so this way you have 4 threads at the same place. Okay, so now the end that I closed, I brought the under thread up, so now I have 4 at the top. This is gonna be the end of the video. Okay, and then we're gonna continue next week, but remember how far we've come, and then try to rewind and watch it over and over till you get it. Okay, so this is how far we came. So this represents this, the gathering for the front. Okay, I use this because it was hard to see on the video. This is my 3rd video, and I mean with this you couldn't see, so I had to use muslin to help you out. Okay, so this is for that. And then remember the reason why we put the pin up here. Okay, and then this is for this. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, and bye bye for now. Happy sewing. I know it's a little bit tricky, and it's a little bit, you can do it. Let me put it this way, you can do it. You can do it. If not, to watch the video over and over, read your instruction sheet, and that also will help you. So as I keep repeating myself like a broken record, I'll see you next week. Bye bye for now.